Does it ever seem to you, as you look at the world today and who you are in it, that if you are a good and open and honest person who's able to love, does it make you wonder if it's ever going to work in your favor? Do you start to wonder if you have to play games in order to be loved? And you don't want to change who you are, but how can you, with the pure of heart, survive this time period? And can you at all live in this world and date and find love being a good person? I am answering a question today, and I think it's from a young writer, but I think that the conversation I'm going to have around this is very important. So I'm going to read to you what is the method. Hang on while you pull up Susan Winter here for susanwinter.net, best-selling author and relationship expert, answering your questions, and I'm pulling it up on the screen right now. This is from Sarah, and Sarah writes, do people fall in love with good or bad people? I'm a kind-hearted girl who can love in such a pure and real way that it's rare nowadays. However, it seems to me that everyone actually falls in love with the bitch, the one who treats them badly, doesn't care about them, and uses them only for sex. I can't be like that. I wouldn't want to change, but I wonder if I should. Okay. This is packed. There's a lot of information in here. First of all, dispositionally, I don't think we can change our disposition. If you're a good person, can you become a rotten person? I suppose over time. But if you're warm and you're open, and that is your natural core default, yes, it would be very hard. You would have to learn how to be mean. And your inner coding is not working in your favor. Your inner wiring doesn't want that. And so it will repel it. So give that idea up. What you haven't discussed that I'm picking up that's necessary, and for all of you out there, anyone who is able to love, who is sensitive, emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent, and absolutely present for the experience with somebody, not just checking in physically, having sex, and then like getting distracted and forgetting all about them, but you're actually in the experience. You have to have boundaries. You have to be constantly looking at what this person is giving back and measuring how much you choose to interact with them. Well, you may not be able to regulate the amount of warmth and love that you provide. You can certainly alter the time spent together and make decisions as to whether they are worth the pure love that you have to give, because it is a rare and precious commodity. And as this young person said, yes, it is. It is very rare nowadays. And when I see it, my first instinct is to protect it because I know how easy it is to shut down. Most people think that the antidote to today's pain is to just increasingly not care. And it seems like it works, but you might have noticed when you don't really care about somebody and you're seeing them, it doesn't have a charge to it. You're not hurt, but you're not there. When they touch you, you don't feel a thrill. When you look at them, you don't dive deep into their eyes. It's a completely different experience. So there's a difference between being tuned in and checked out. A lot of people are walking around checked out. And this is for another reason. The awareness of love, how to love, what love is contingent upon our awareness of how we love, our capacity to love as an individual. Some people have an ocean. Others have a little tiny measly spoonful. Oh, don't spill it, for God's sake. It's all I got. I mean, really, That's the way I feel. I look at these people like, oh, I don't want to give my love away. They're of the belief that if I give my little teaspoon of love away, I'm not going to have any anymore because they're like so devoid of what inner love is. We all possess a boundless ocean of love. First, we have to recognize that an awakening to our own love is an evolution of our own consciousness. It's not like they give us love. I know that's how it feels. When I was a young girl and I fell in love for the first time, I thought he gave it to me. I was like normal. Suddenly, I met this person, then my world exploded. I did what everybody does. It's him. Oh, he's the magic. Oh my God, I'll die without him. That's what we think. Then we have to live a little bit longer. Maybe watch a few more videos and figure out that no, it was never about them. They bumped into us and shook it out of us. That's something that we possess at all times, and it is our choice whether to give it or not. So, those of you with a pure and open heart, if you're asking the question that this young person did, can they love a good person? Yes. A good person can love a good person. Or even a person who's a little jaded but knows the value. A tough person who remembers what it was like when they were pure. You know, it's interesting that some of the toughest people, like when I walk Nika, my little Pomsky, I see these big, huge, tough guys walking around the city, and they're tough, you know. And they got this little tiny dog, and they're like, "This is Bella. I love Bella. I'll die without Bella." I mean, they're like really, you know. I mean, everybody has a soft spot, and your love, your sweetness, your purity can penetrate the hardest of hearts. But the reason you're hurting is for two reasons. One, you're picking people that don't have the ability to love back, or they don't love you, or they're not in the mood, or they're not there yet. They're not your match. Okay. They are not your match. So that's why you're getting hurt. You are assuming there's something wrong with you because the person you're meeting is not your match. We always do this. Oh, you know, and that's why I have the merch line with the t-shirt and the mug that say, "It's not me, it's you." No, there's nothing wrong with you for being a good person who's loving. Oh my goodness. I get so much of this and it makes me so crazy because these are the most beautiful, precious people, but you need to understand your worth and then apply it to somebody that also understands your worth, wants what you want, wants it with you, and respects and admires the fact that you have not turned sour because it's the easier road to go down as you slowly dial down the vitality of your life and now seek to be nothing. You won't hurt, you feel nothing. What a horrible way to go through life. Take all the color out of it, take the joy out. When you take away all ability to feel pain, the corresponding other side is you cannot feel joy. We're going to cry tears if we're going to fall in love, but we're going to have big love and we're going to hurt if it ends, of course. But the bouncing back and the choosing of the right partner have to do with our mentality. Now, here's the other thing, the boundaries. And I mentioned this before. When you love like this, you need to know who you are and set boundaries. You cannot take this kind of love and wash over somebody with no consequences for their action. That's not what we do. If you are committed to keeping your love open and pure, you must remember that at all times you are in charge of that and you have a say over when you give it and when you retract it. Bad behavior is not rewarded with excessive love. It doesn't go that way. It's the other way around. You need to state what you want and need. You need to speak up when somebody hurts you. When something doesn't feel right, you need to say it. And if you find that the person you're talking to doesn't really give a damn about what you're saying, you move on. That's that. And that will set you up to meet another good person and a person who admires, respects the choice you have made to continue to have an open heart. The open heart is what allows another heart to open. But with it, we must employ wisdom and discernment. I hope this helps you. Susan Winter for susanwinter.net. If you have a video request from me, write to me and put it in the contact page at the bottom of the agent. You're going to see a box that says Q&A, video requests. If you want to check out the merch that I was talking about, go take a look at that. It's included in the description below. If you want a consultation, chat me up for that. We can work on your problem. Take care of it now. Don't suffer in silence. I hope this has helped you. Thanks a lot. Take care now and happy dating.